Yes.
Okay, now we are. Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to the Native Wellness Institute Power Hour. I am excited today to have a special guest. I am LoVina Louie, and I am from the Coeur d'Alene tribe, the Colville tribe, the Nez Perce tribe. I'm kind of Heinz 57. And I'm super excited. I know everybody, you guys have been watching our Power Hours. And so I am excited today to have Abram. And Abram was on the American Ninja Warrior show. Isn't that awesome? So, Abram, introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Abram Benali, and I'm Navajo. I grew up in Southwest all my life, and like I said, I'm born for the Navajo Nation, but right now, currently, I reside up here with my spouse in the Pacific Northwest. And yeah, so I just want to say hello, guys.
So, Abram, what got you to do American Ninja Warrior? Like tell us how you got there. Like what, I mean, people, I watched that show. It is so difficult to do all those obstacles and like tell everybody, how did that happen? How did you do that?
Well, I would say it had to start back when I was in junior high school. And when I was in junior high school, my friends and I, we would watch the show, but it was in Japan that it originated from. So when we were watching the show at times in Japan, that we couldn't understand it because it was in Japanese, but they had the Japanese commentator, and it was pretty fun just watching some of the people fall down and splash, and some quite characters, that are on the show. But anyway,
Actually,
so we're watching that.
I used to watch that one and I would die laughing. I was like, oh my gosh, these guys are getting killed. And
Yeah.
It was just like so funny.
It was, so my friends and I would joke about that and just talk about the show. And then after that, fast forward to when I was in college, I heard a rumor that there was a show called American Ninja Warrior where they brought the show to the United States and, kind of Americanized it. So I thought, it can't be true. And then, I was playing college baseball at the time down in Phoenix. So, being an athlete all my life and playing collegiate baseball, hearing about the show, I thought, maybe that might be something I could be interested in. So I just started doing my training, like my baseball strength and conditioning. But then I was seeing how the backstory of a lot of these American Ninja Warrior athletes, how did they train? They were trained differently. They had different ways of, critiquing their way of methods to compete at the highest level that they're capable of on the show. And so, it really got me thinking in my head about being indigenous and also being a collegiate athlete. It's something that's pretty rare, and it's not very common back, let's just say 20 years ago. It wasn't common to have collegiate athletes, pop up left and right that were Native American. And now today it's like, there's more kids out there that are playing collegiate sports, which is great. And when I was playing college baseball, I thought, why don't I try to step up my game as an athlete, but also in my fitness, my fitness journey, and try this American Ninja Warrior out. And so, throughout that time, I was training, kind of made some dumb decisions, just early 20s, and coming from a reservation where you're sheltered and then going out to a big city, it's like your eyes are just, you're pretty open because there's so many things to distract you, left and right, friends, alcohol, drugs, whatever out there, money. And so I kind of got veered off the path that I was going. And so I made these decisions that I wasn't proud of, and I'm still not proud of today, but it made me who I am right now. So anyways, during that time, I, lost my part-time job I was working. I lost my baseball. I got kicked off the team, and then I slowly dropped credits here and there, and then to a point where I just dropped out of college. And then I started living in my car for a bit, and then ended up on the streets, sleeping on the streets for about a year. And then from there, things were really bad. Like I just kind of hit my lowest point of my life. And I'm having anxiety, depression, suicide thoughts, and then just, not wanting to go on because there was no point, because I had this vision and what I wanted to do, but then all of a sudden life came out of nowhere and just, threw a left hook and caught me off guard. And here I am in this position now in my life at the time, being homeless and not, where do I go? What direction do I, So, and I was too ashamed to tell my parents, to tell anybody, because I felt like I let them down. Here I am coming from a reservation to play college baseball, and then I was going to try to turn pro, but then, like I said, these decisions I made ultimately just kind of, led me down a path that I didn't want to go, but I went down this path. And so once I was able to get back on my feet again with the help of a gentleman, I started to try to get my life back in order, and so, and when I was getting my life back in order.
Was the gentleman a friend, or was he a friend, or who?
No,
who
it was a stranger.
Really?
It was somebody.
Like,
Yeah. Well, this gentleman would see me every now and then, but he never would say anything to me on the streets. And one day, he just walked up to me and put his arms around my shoulder and told me that, you look like you need help and I'm going to help you. And usually when you're homeless, people look at you like you're different, that you're not, I guess you can say, they don't look at you as an equal because you're homeless. They think that you have some kind of disability, mental disorder, or you're just lazy, that stereotype of homeless people. And then, so, it was kind of strange for me because here I am on the streets wondering, out of all people, some person I don't even know lends his hand out to help me out, out of all people, me. So, I was a little hesitant because I didn't, whether should I trust this person or not. I mean, who can you trust, in this life? But I had to take a leap of faith, and that leap of faith ultimately helped me out, to get out of the situation. So, but in the back of my head, I had that vision still for the Ninja Warrior stuff.
So what did he like? He just put his arm around you and like, was he, and he just said, you look like you need help, like almost like just like reached out and offered his hand, and then like, did he like believe in you that you were gonna, like,
I don't know, to this day I really don't know. And I believe like there's guardian angels out there, so I believe that could possibly be a reason. But there's so many things in this world that we don't understand, that we can't comprehend. So I'm just looking back now, I'm thinking, maybe that possibly could have been a guardian angel. I don't know. I mean, the only person I know is the guy upstairs.
Yeah, that is amazing. So then what happened? So then you picked yourself up.
Started, I got myself a job. I was working at a Hungry Howie's, is a pizza place down in Tempe, Arizona, and it's a very popular pizza joint that they're open very late. They're open till like 4 a.m. or so. So I'll be working the late shift all the way to 4 a.m. And I was working, trying to save up as much as I can, and I bought a used vehicle, and I started sleeping in that used vehicle, and then I was making deliveries, saving up money as much as I possibly could. Then I got a second job, and I was working 2 jobs at the time, trying to save up as much as I can. And then I got another third job. So I was juggling 3 jobs at one time, which it's just ridiculous to do. But at the time, I thought, you know what, I'm going to try to save as much money as possible and try to catch up to where I was supposed to be, because I felt like I wasted all this time, So I was just trying to really grind and hustle to get back to where I wanted to be in life. And, I was just working away. I was working like crazy. I was pretty much kind of killing myself, working too much, sleep deprivation, and trying to train as an athlete. It's like, you need sleep, you need proper nutrition, and your body takes so many calories in a day for your body type, because if let's just say a bodybuilder is intaking about 6,000 or 10,000 calories a day, I can't necessarily do that same because I'm not the same size as a bodybuilder. I'm not trying to get that bulk size. So I was trying to go for that lean, kind of aesthetic look. And so, I was just working these 3 jobs to the point, like I said, where I was killing myself with sleep, and I wasn't getting the proper amount of food and nutrition I was needing to train as an athlete to my top performance. So I had to make a decision of quitting one job and keeping the other 2 for a while, which I did. And it was working at a hospital at night, and then working in the daytime at a BMW dealership. And so I was doing those 2 jobs back and forth simultaneously. And then on the days that I had off from one job, I would just put solely into training, in the gym, and also with natural body weight exercise. And that's kind of how I got introduced to calisthenics, which is natural body weight exercise. And for those of you that don't know what calisthenics is basically 2 words broken down into the Greek word callus, which is beauty, and then sthenics, which is strength. So beauty and strength put together. And so this has been around for centuries, like decades, centuries. It's something that a lot of people don't realize that it's very valuable and very unique because you're using your own body weight. So whatever you weigh, whatever your height is, it doesn't matter. You can use yourself to train, and critique different ways on how to train, because I know that when I was going to the gym working out, I would see guys, with weights trying to go for that max rep and try to, push so much weight that their proper form was not there because they were just arching and trying to do all this crazy stuff with the weights that they were not getting the results that they needed, or they're getting injuries, pulling muscles, strains. And with calisthenics, I love how if you try to cheat with calisthenics, like if you try to perform, let's say, a certain movement, a push-up, and you try to arch your back or try to do something to help do one push-up or so, and you can't do it, you have to step it down to a level to where you can progress to that, one push-up or that one pull-up. And so it really kind of basically, humbles you because there's no cheating in calisthenics. If you, it's just something I love to do. But I was doing that, trying to train by using my own body weight, by using that as another method of training, and there's a competition called Battle of the Bars, and it was a professional calisthenics organization, and they have these professional calisthenic athletes compete on the show. And they're at the time they've never seen a Native American before, or let alone a Native American calisthenic athlete. So still trained, do my thing to get better. And I signed up for the competition. I had basically audition for the competition, and I made the cut. I was thankful for that. And my first competition was out in San Jose, California, and I made my first appearance as a professional calisthenic athlete as a Native American. And then from there, I just kept doing that, training and learning different methods and techniques to understand my body, to understand myself physically, mentally, spiritually, trying to combine those 3 things into one. And then it came time for the show, American Ninja Warrior. So my first time doing it was in Dallas, Texas. And that's when I went out there to Dallas, Texas with my spouse, Melanie. And we drove all the way out there. And the crazy story is I had to do my little background story video, takes and all that stuff like that. I think it was like 7:30 or 8 in the morning in Dallas, Texas. And we drove all night from Albuquerque to Dallas, Texas, and checked into the hotel. And then from the hotel, I went straight to the show. And so I didn't have any sleep at all. I was like dead tired, and I had to do all this stuff for like 6 hours on the backstory and this and that, and doing the little questionings that they had to ask me. And I was like mentally and physically drained. And then that same night, I had to go back on the show. So I went back to the hotel, got a quick power nap really quick, got up, went to the show, and my calling time was like 9 o'clock at night. And 9 o'clock at night, I was thinking that, okay, I'm going to go on pretty soon, like at 10. No, wrong. I had to go on at 3 in the morning. So I waited from 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So 7 hours just waiting in the back, just waiting, trying not to fall asleep, and keep in mind, I'm trying to do all this stuff after driving all that long distance from Albuquerque to Dallas, Texas, and getting like maybe about 4.5 hours of power nap really quick, and then try to go on the show. So it was really like mentally just, it was tough. But, with the crowd and just the energy and the vibe of the whole show, it just kind of gave you that little adrenaline rush, that kick to, do your best. But yeah, it was a very great experience. And I thought, you know what, why don't I try to keep doing this more and more and try to inspire other kids, other youth, whether they're athletic or not, just try to inspire them with my own story. And so, going and doing that American Ninja Warrior is something that it's like one of my highlights of my life. And I plan to do it for as long as I possibly can physically, with that, when we weren't doing the show, American Ninja Warrior, when it was our off season, we would, kind of go back to our everyday lives, and so a lot of people on the show have different background stories. Some of them are everyday average Joe people. They could be moms, they could be dads, they could be a doctor, they could be a pharmacist, a teacher. But from my story, I thought, why don't I try to somehow give kids across Indian country that feeling, that taste of American Ninja Warrior. But I was like, how would the show bring itself to any reservation? So that kind of like got me thinking in my head about, why don't I indigenize that American Ninja Warrior and somehow indigenize it? So I came up with a Native Warrior Challenge. And so I built my own obstacle course from scratch. I have a guy that helps weld the stuff for me down in Arizona. And so, we've been building obstacles. And the great thing about it is it's portable. So I can set up in a gym, I can set up indoors, outdoors. I can fit it through a regular door, and it sets all up.
So where are some of the places that you've been able to set that up at?
I've been setting that up. I'm even on my reservation in the Navajo Reservation in Arizona and parts in New Mexico, and then also I've been out in California to the Pachanga tribe. There's different youth events that have been happening. So I've been trying to set up my stuff over there for these different youth down in Southern California with different tribes. Verona set up with their youth program before, and also up here in the Pacific Northwest, that was something that was new to me, because last year when the show first attempted to try to film it indoors, because typically American Ninja Warrior is filmed outdoors, not indoors. So this was like the first run to see how would it go with being indoors. So they did the show up here in Seattle, and I came up to Seattle, did the show, and it was something very unique and different because it was indoors. And remember how I told you, filming the show late at night, all the way like till 3 in the morning, being that it was indoors, nobody could tell what time it was outside. So we could film the show in the morning or mid-morning. So which was great, because it's like, you don't have to go on this crazy sleep, train of thought that you had to do. So that was something that I liked a lot. And so yeah, the Seattle one was great. Filming at the Tacoma Dome. And so from there, a lot of people got a great feedback about the show for being indoors. So they're thinking, okay, well, let's do another for next season. Let's try to do another indoors. And that was this year. But we all know what happened with COVID-19 and the pandemic, so that threw a monkey wrench in everything.
So you were scheduled then to be on it again. So
Yeah.
so is it like when you go through that course, is it like when you fall, like do you get hurt? Like does it hurt? Or
Well, there's water below you, so all the obstacles have water that are a good like 6 or 5 feet or so. So when you hit the water, it's depending on where you hit it. Like let's say you do a belly flop, that hurts, right? But if you fall in with your feet first, it doesn't hurt so much. So it's just depending on how you fall into the water. I mean, there's some people that fall in the water head first because they missed the grip and they fell upside down. So it just varies on how you fall in the water. But it's a lot better. I will say it's a lot better than like gymnastics mats or even a mattress because
yeah,
it's a lot
because you're hitting
softer.
because you're going into the water, so that makes it as not hurt as bad. That is just so amazing. And so what do you do, Abram? How do you stay in shape for this? Like, because I know now we have COVID, and so you can't, like you can't go to a gym. Like what are you doing to stay healthy so that when American Ninja, if it ever starts again, which to me it seems like because it's it's one person, I don't understand why they couldn't do it, to be honest.
Well, there are a lot of people. It takes a lot of people to do the
To
show.
make
I
it.
mean, you got, let alone the crew that puts the obstacles together, and they travel with a huge, big old semi truck, 18-wheeler, and it takes all these people to try to unload it, to set it up, the gear, to the cameraman, to the zip line, all this stuff like that goes into it. So it's like, even let's just put aside all the fans, all the audience, there's still like a good 50 plus people there alone, so it's like, how do you keep 50 something people 6 feet apart? I mean, so it's still challenging, in a
Yeah.
way, because
Oh yeah, I guess if you've never been a part of something like that, I guess that you don't really know like what it's going to actually look like, and that it does take a lot of people to make it happen. But when you're watching it on TV, it doesn't look like there's a lot of people. It just looks like, but it's so how did you, the times that you did participate, did you make it far in the
I made
like
it past stage one, but you know it's, for me personally, it's grip strength. Like when you go through the course, your forearms are on fire, and it's hard to even grip even a simple jug of water or a Gatorade after you do the course, because your forearms are just locked tight and trying to keep it loose. But then it's that, for me, that's what got me. And everything else is great. I mean, cardio, I wasn't really winded at all. Upper body strength was great, but it was just my grip, my forearms were just on
yeah,
fire. Yeah.
because you just
So
have to like really like use a lot of that. Awesome. So you've been able to work out and you're still like eating and drinking and
well, the key word is quarantine. So that was hard, eating and just trying to stay fit. Like I lost my motivation, to be honest. It sucked so bad.
really.
Yeah, I had this lined up. I was working out, doing everything I had to do for the show, and then here comes this virus, the pandemic, and it just, I stopped working out. I was like, you know what? What's the point? And even as an athlete, we get to that point at times where we lose that motivation. And this pandemic really just, yeah, it really sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And trying to train was just like, I know how to train, I know what to do, but that motivation just was not there because, just like, I was so bummed out. All that training I did, and then for what? Just to stay inside for, months because of a virus, don't want to get, and then now that things are slowly opening back up, it's like, well, is it worth going out there to go to the gym?
Expose yourself. Yeah. Well, yeah, and you have to think about the the exposure. Um, wow, isn't that amazing? Well, so the other guest that I have is on, but did you want me to try to share the information you had sent me?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to share my screen. Oh, I guess Robert disabled me. So Robert, so Robert's the producer in the background, and so he is so Robert, I need permission to share my screen. So I have another guest, so I know Norby has some stuff he has to do. Let me see. Yeah, it's not working on my end. So I'm gonna try to get back to that at the end of the show to show those.
Yeah.
But for right now, thank you so much, Abram, for joining. And you are amazing, and we're all proud of you for
Thank you.
representing us. You know, on American Ninja Warrior, that is just like so awesome.
Yeah.
And I hope that it comes back again so you can, you know, try again. And I hope that young people across the United States will be inspired to try. I mean, you know, like you don't know unless you try, right?
Exactly. You know, life is about trial and error. I mean, you know, nobody gets it right the first time, but you just gotta pick yourself back up and keep going, keep pushing yourself no matter what. And yeah.
Well, I'm very grateful that guardian angel was looking out for you, because you are an inspiration to Indian country. So thank you so much. And now I'm gonna we're gonna switch gears, and I'm gonna have Norby come on. And so Robert, Norby, can you turn on your camera and your unmute yourself? Are you there, Norby? So I need. There you are, Norby. What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I'm at work right now, so I got to keep my mask on, okay?
Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. So everybody, I want to introduce you to a young man. He actually was one of the kids that I used to work with many years ago on the Coeur d'Alene Reservation. I've watched Norby grow up, and he has an incredible story. So what I want to do, Norby, is Robert, I think it's going to work now for me to share my screen. So I just want to start off before you introduce yourself. Is it okay if I just show that video?
Yeah.
Yeah? Awesome. Okay. So I am going to, let's see, desktop. I'm going to share my desktop, and I put the movie. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so can you guys see that? Okay, everybody check this out. This is amazing. Wow. Man, Norby, that like brings tears to my eyes to
I know, I still can't believe it.
See what a transformation you have done. So Norby, tell everybody, you know, man, what was it? What inspired you? What made you say enough is enough? My health is important to me.
Yeah, exactly. So it started back in March of 2019 when me and my kids wanted to get into kayaking. So, you know, I have one boy and three girls. They're all 4, 6, 8, and 10. And so we decided to purchase a tandem kayak. And this tandem kayak holds 2 people at 500 pounds. So my son couldn't stop talking about it, telling grandma and aunties about it. And we finally got it. We went down to the water. We got in it. And as soon as we get in the water, I sink the kayak. My son goes straight up in the air. We're laughing. He's laughing. Everyone on the dock is laughing at us. I mean, it's a funny moment, but we soon realized that we can't go out in the water. And, we packed some food and some drinks, and we were going to go and check out all the osprey and just, and teach him how to paddle and everything. And my son, being 8 years old, he goes, hey, and he realized I was a little embarrassed. He goes, Dad, why don't we just put the kayak back in the truck and let's go sit down at the water? Like, well, son, you've been talking about this all week. He goes, it's all right, Dad, don't worry about it. So here's my 8-year-old son trying to make his 29-year-old father feel better. It's like, son, how about you go out there and you paddle and I'll sit on the dock and I'll watch you from the dock and show you how to do it from there. So he's out there and he's paddling and he's putting on like a fake smile for me. He's pretty disappointed and he really wanted to go out in the water with his dad and have a really good day. And I'm just sitting there on that dock, about 400 pounds. I'm angry. I'm disgusted with myself. I'm sad that my weight is taking away this activity with my kid. And I kid you not, I don't know what I was going to do, but I started the next day. I remember seeing something about this keto, all food or all meat-based diet. So I said, let's try it. And I did it in the first week. I was down 23 pounds in the very first week. And that motivated me. And I just kept going and going and going. And before I knew it, the first 7 months, I was down 100 pounds. And now I'm in about 16 months. And I am down 190 pounds. My heaviest weight was 403. I started this journey at 375, and I'm currently at 185. But I now eat what I want. Yeah, but I now eat whatever I want. I just count calories. I'm active in the gym every day, and I remain in a deficit. And my life will never be the same.
Well, and I'm just keep talking, Norby. I shared my screen because
Okay.
I want, as you're talking, I want people to have a visual,
Yeah,
like this is the journey.
Yeah. And, at that time, the doctors wanted to start me on insulin. My AC1 levels were very high, where I was almost beyond pre-diabetic. And the doctor said, we're going to give you 1 month to try to get your weight down. Let's see if we can bring your AC1 levels down. Well, that scared me and probably wasn't a good move on my part, but I never went back to the doctor. So it was like a year later, I just kept on getting bigger and bigger. They put me on high blood pressure medication. I was always getting dizzy spells just from standing up. And, now that I've lost all this weight, that I'm no longer on any medication, my AC1 levels are at a normal level. I feel like I can just get up first thing in the morning, go on a hike with my kids. And, there's nothing really holding me back, because the only reason I did this was for my family and for my kids, because my goal is, to live the longest life I can possibly live so I can enjoy my children, my grandchildren, and my family. It wasn't so much because I didn't like the way I looked about myself, or that I really, at the time didn't really care about my health. It was just that the quality time spent with my children was being diminished because of my weight.
Yeah. Wow. Man, Norby, I knew you when you were a young man.
Mm-hmm.
And you were always in really good shape, and you were very active, and then you started working at the casino. Do you mind if I keep your picture up? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, because I just think people like words are powerful, but visuals are even more powerful.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and so when you started working at as an IT, like, did the weight just did it just happen? Like, how do you think that it got from where to where you were?
It's funny. I think it happened actually when I started having my first kid. So I had my very first kid when I was in high school. And that's when, I was very active in football. I was boxing, basketball, working out with my friends at the gym. And I was, about the weight I'm at now. I'm about 180, 185 pounds. And then after I found out my senior year, I was going to be a father, I quit all my sports and I started to do dual enrollment through college and got a head start on college. And, just when you live in that happy life, have a new baby coming, you're always eating out with a girlfriend and you're just always going to movies, and I'm no longer doing sports, no longer hitting the gym. It creeped up on me. And over time, I just kept on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I remember at my biggest, and I saved one pair of pants and one shirt. My biggest pant size was a 56 waist. 56 waist. Me and my wife, we can actually fit in that pants now. I haven't posted a picture about that yet, but I will eventually. And now I'm sitting at a 34 waist. And my biggest shirt is a 5X. And that thing looks like a parachute on me now. It's amazing. But so, just having kids, going to college, I went and got my associates, my bachelor's, and my master's, and I always put off excuses, oh, well, I'm in school, or I'm a dad and I'm working, I'll work on my weight later. And before I know it, just the years keep on creeping up on you. Well, now that I graduated with all my degrees a few years ago, I'm done having kids, just turned 30. I was like, and there was a defining moment in that day in the water with my son when I sunk the kayak that, like, there is no more excuses now. There never was an excuse. I just kept on delaying it. And I just had to make a change in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Norby, I've been watching you on Facebook, and you inspire me so much. Like every time you do a post and I'm like, oh my gosh, Norby just like, it's so amazing. And then when you showed that transformation video, I was just like, wow. And I just don't know, like, like if you realize how much you've given people hope, especially our people who, we have so many of our people who are diabetic, and the insulin levels, our people are just prone to become diabetic. That's one of the things that's killing us. And so you were facing that exact thing of becoming diabetic, and gonna have to go on medicine, and then it's just this whole thing once you become a diabetic. So have you had your sugars tested, your blood sugar tested lately?
No, I haven't. I'm actually meaning to get that done, to get some blood work done, to see where everything's at. It's just, with this whole COVID thing, you would think things would slow down, but really it's like it's a whole different type of busy now. And, it seems like we can never catch up, but I have been meaning to go get tested and see where everything's at. But yeah, I'm interested to see where it's at. And, that's one of my main things is, I want to inspire and motivate others. Like I don't benefit from any of this. I don't make no money from nothing. I try to put as much free information out there as I can. I tell people exactly how I do it. I try to post as much meals as I do and all the calories, how I make it. And because there's no secret, it's seriously just, I put my body in a deficit. I work out every day. I count and measure every single thing I eat. I have a scale in my pocket sometimes when I'm at work or at home. And I even the little creamers that you put in your coffee, I count the calories in that. That's how strict I am on my calories. But then you see, LoVina, how much food I eat in a day. I eat a lot of food. I'm not starving myself because it's all about eating low calorie dense foods, meaning I'm eating low calorie foods that are high in volume. So it's taking a lot of space in my gut. That's tricking my mind saying, hey, you're full, even though I'm putting my body in a caloric deficit.
Yeah. Yeah. So what is the max calories again that you take in a day?
Well, it really depends on, everybody's a little different. It depends on your age, your gender, your height, and your activity level. For me, I experimented and tweaked it here and there, but for me, 2,000 calories is a magic number for me to lose on average about a half a pound a week now. It also depends on how hard I'm pushing in the gym. And it also depends on if I want to adjust and add in more calories on the calories I burned off in the gym, or do I just remain at that set 2000 point, which then I will benefit even more from that weight loss.
Yeah.
So it just,
Yeah.
yeah, it just really depends.
So what is your so you do cardio and you do weights, right?
Yeah. So
So
yeah,
how long do you work out a day, or what's your workout look like? Tell us
yeah.
about your workout.
So a lot of people think that, because I built a little bit of muscle, I got, vascular, that I spend a lot of time working out, and I don't. I mean, I spend about 20 to 25 minutes of lifting weights every day. That's it. I hit each muscle group twice a week, and I give each muscle group 48 hours to rest in between. And each day I do 4 different exercises where I do 4 sets of 20 to failure. So I'm doing high reps, moderate weight, but every week I am pushing myself to where I either do more reps, or maybe I increase the weight a little bit more, but I keep going until I don't have one more rep in me for every set. And then where I really focus on it, where I believe is the most important thing, is my cardio. Now, I'm not in the gym killing myself with cardio. I'm not sweating like crazy. I'm just getting my heart rate up to a comfortable level, at a steady level, where maybe I'm just walking at a small incline on a treadmill for 45 minutes, or maybe I'm going on a 45-minute hike with the family, or I'm walking around the track. And because lifting weights is healthy and there's a lot of benefits from it, but again, like, my goal is to live the longest life possible. And cardio, for cardiovascular, is what's going to make you live longer, working that heart, working them organs.
Yeah. Well, and Norby, like, I put your picture up again because I just seen one of my brothers, Dennis, is on, and I wanted Dennis to see, this transformation, because I know that, everybody out there, Norby, like, if somebody, of course, if you could do a magic pill and lose all your weight, everybody would do it. But it takes work. It takes, it takes counting your calories and exercising and, drinking water and, just all of that. And so, that's what being a wellness warrior is all about, right? Like, you did this for your family. You did this for your children, Norby. Like, everything I've ever done in my life has been for our youth and for my children and my grandchildren. And that was the motivation that you needed to just to make a difference, to make a change, to say, I need to be healthy so I'll be here for my children, right? Like, and I just think that is so amazing, Norby. And I, words just can't even express, like, how awesome, it is. And I'm just so grateful that you came on today, Norby. Thank you so much. Is there any last things that you want to share with everybody?
Yeah, I just want to say that no matter what, the most important thing is, no matter what your goal may be, if it's weight loss, trying to gain weight, build muscle, or, going to school and just try to better yourself as an individual, is to never, ever give up, because I mess up every single day. I mess up every week. The most important thing is I keep on pushing forward. I keep on working towards my goals. And another thing too is, people are always asking about supplements. What supplements do I take? What program am I on? And I'm not on any program. There's no supplements. I strongly believe in everything I get is from my food, from my nutrition wise. I try to eat as much veggies, fruits, and meats as I can, and my grains. And I'm a big believer in no supplements. Not that there's anything wrong with them.
Oh, it looks like you froze. Robert, did Norby freeze? Or is it just on my screen?
Yes, he froze.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead and go back to me, and then I'll show. I'll go. Oh wait, now Norby.
He's back.
Okay, you froze for a minute.
Okay. So.
Okay, now we can hear you.
And one thing that, oh, and this is a big one. A lot of people are always interested about this. When you lose a large amount of weight, people are always curious about loose skin. And so a lot of people think, well, maybe my photos aren't real or it's two different people, which is fine, but what I can say is I do have a little bit of loose skin. It's not much, but it's there. And there is really no fix for it. There's no pills that's going to help with that. If you have severe loose skin, the only real thing that's going to fix it is you can build a little bit of muscle to help fill it in, but then there'll have to be skin removal surgery. I found, honestly, what works best is just trying to build a muscle to fill it in. And also, it's kind of luck of the draw. It's based off our genetics on how well that loose skin will snap back into place. And also...
Wait. Sorry, Norby. Go ahead, keep talking. I just wanted to show the video while you're talking.
And also, though, I would, say that the slower we lose the weight, the better it is, because I honestly think I lost the weight too fast. I lost almost 200 pounds in a year, and the slower you lose it, the more muscle mass that you'll retain, and it gives the skin more time to adapt and to snap back into place.
Robert, did I mess something up? Sorry, Norby.
No, you're fine.
Norby, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Can you hear
good,
me?
LoVina. Go ahead and
Okay, I can't hear you now.
You can't hear me? My mute's not on.
Okay, I don't
You're
know
both
what I
good,
did.
LoVina.
So, sorry, Norby, I don't know what I did to make your sound go away, but I can't hear you anymore. And but I just want to say thank you so much, Norby, for joining us. And you are amazing. And I hope we can get you back on. It's 12:48, and I'm gonna show Abram's video. If I can get that to work, if I don't mess that up. But thank you. And Robert said that they can hear you. So thank you, Norby. Go ahead, and if you want to say anything.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Thanks
You're
for
good?
having me on. And
Awesome. Okay, so everybody, now I'm going to share the videos from I'm going to share the videos that Abram had sent me, and it's actually a screenshot. So this is Abram, who was the guest before on American Ninja. And so he had sent me a couple pictures that I wanted to share with everybody. Abram, you can put your camera on, and you can put your video back on if you want. And so I'm sharing yours now. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it, definitely.
Yeah. So I don't know what I did, Abram, but I can't hear you guys, which is so weird. So I'm gonna let you talk, and Robert can message me if he can hear you. And then I'll just share the different things that you sent me. Okay?
Yeah,
Wait,
go for
nod
it.
your head.
Yeah.
Okay. There you are, Ninja Warrior 2019. Isn't that awesome? So I think everybody can see that, and American Ninja Warrior. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Good job, Abram.
Yeah, these ones I have printed out on like a little photo. So when I go to like different events that I do for kids and communities, I actually sign it for them, and I hand it out to the kids afterwards.
Wow. Yeah, I've never had it where I can't hear you, but I could see your mouth moving, so I know you were talking.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to go to, let's see. So I gotta find, wasn't it YouTube?
Yeah.
There you are. I don't want that. Oh, there it is. Every time I go up, There.
My name is Abram Benelli. I'm a pro calisthenics athlete. I'm 30 years old, and I'm Native American. The tribe I'm from is Navajo Nation. I'm from New Mexico, originally born and raised. Thought I try to compete on the show because what I do for a living is I'm a motivational youth speaker and a pro calisthenics athlete.
Calisthenics Navajo, our first American.
When I'm not competing in competitions called Battle of the Bars, I'm going to schools, reservations, and different communities, trying to be a good role model, but also I try to get the kids hands-on with calisthenics, living a fit lifestyle, natural body. Now, along with that, I talk about suicide prevention, bullying, cyberbullying, substance abuse. The reason why I talk about this stuff is because I've experienced that in my own life, and also I've seen that on my reservation. Coming from Navajo Nation, saw a lot of parts of the reservation where it's like third world country, no running water and no electricity. A lot of people don't realize that, but seeing that Native American and Navajo going on to compete in these competitions, taking his life from a negative, being homeless for about a year, and turning it into a positive, and now looking to compete on American Ninja Warrior Season 10.
Wow, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, so I don't know.
So get this,
what, I
every
always have a hard
1.07.
time. Okay, so now I'm going to try to go to the Facebook page so people can see your Facebook page. And you can go ahead and talk, Abram, while I'm showing. So you can go to, so why don't you go ahead and talk of where people can go to find information about you?
Yeah. You know, you guys can go to my Facebook page. It's the official Calisthenic Navajo, and it's CALISTHENIC, and then Navajo. Just go on Facebook and look at on the search bar. That should pull up my my page, and the way that you know it's my page is the American Ninja Warrior as the background on the top for my cover photo. So. And I post videos and pictures on my page to try to inspire people, but also if like you guys have any questions on how do I get lean, how do I do certain movements, how can I do a push-up, or how do I get to do a pull-up, what are the progressions, you know, I don't mind answering that. I don't even you know, I don't even mind posting a video on how to get to that level or how to perform these certain movements that you want to do, you know.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, and I don't know if you can see the screen that I'm sharing, but it's your Facebook page, and you have a big old log. You have baseball, and so yeah, so that's where you can go, everybody, to see Abram. And I'm so excited. That was an awesome power hour, and I hope everybody was inspired. You, Abram, and Norby are, you know, you guys are trailblazers. You know, just making it happen, especially being on a national show like American Ninja Warrior. So I just want to thank you for joining us today. And is there any last words, Abram, you want to share with everybody?
You know, everyone stay safe, stay distance, wear your mask, you know, they make a difference. I know times are tough right now, but if we all work together, we can get through it. And also, hopefully in the future, I will be coming out to any of your reservations to set up my course so you guys can tackle the obstacle course. All right, but thank you guys again.
All right, thank you, Abram.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna just because I just am so inspired by Norby. Like Norby, God, he's my champion. And I was trying to show his video when we were on, and it was loud, and that's what made me mess up. But I just want to show it one more time, everybody, because I just think it's awesome. Wow. Isn't that amazing? So I'm really happy. I was honored to have these two guests, and I have to go to another Zoom meeting. So thank you, Robert, for being the person behind the scenes. And thank you, everybody. Have a great day today. Woohoo! Hasta la vista, baby. Leem lambs.